Continue to follow this breaking news overnight out of Boston. Late night shootout in Boston sent 2 police officers to the hospital.
Officials say the suspect is dead. The officers are now in critical condition. We want to go right to Eyewitness News reporter Brian Yocono, monitoring the very latest.
Big developments for you now. New at 8 o'clock. Police have identified the shooting suspect, who you just mentioned, as 33-year-old Kurt Figueroa. Also, the officers are now out of surgery. The department says they are doing well, considering what they've been through. Still asking for prayers from the public, however. Police vehicles seen outside that hospital early this morning. Those 2 officers in surgery for multiple gunshot wounds. 9 other officers treated for minor physical injuries and emotional stress at Tufts. Again, this was a domestic call on Gladstone Street in what the mayor calls a very quiet neighborhood. After an exchange of gunfire with police in which those 2 officers were shot, the suspect was then neutralized, to quote the commissioner, and is now dead. The injured officers pulled to a safe area. The commissioner describes what was heard over the radios.
We heard officers screaming on the radio at 3:03, which signifies shots fired, and an officer down. The officers were screaming, "Officer down."
Keep these officers in your prayers tonight, and hopefully they'll be back on the street soon.
And combined, those 2 officers have more than 40 years of experience on the Boston Police Department. Coming up in our next half hour, the role the DA will play as the investigation gets underway. In the Breaking News Center, Brian Yocono, Eyewitness News.
8:32 and breaking overnight. Officials in Boston are asking the public for prayers. 2 city police officers were shot and badly wounded in the line of duty. It all happened late last night after police were called to a home in East Boston.
Eyewitness News reporter Brian Yocono has been gathering information all morning long. He has the very latest.
Good morning. I want to break down again the new information that was breaking just 30 minutes ago right here. Police identifying the suspect in this case now as 33-year-old Kurt Figueroa. He was killed in the shootout with police. The DA's office and now leading the investigation. On the Pinpoint News Tracker, I want to show you where this all unfolded again. East Boston. This is where those officers were shot. You can see its location to Logan Airport there. This neighborhood, by the way, told to shelter in place while that scene unfolded last night. That has since been lifted. Here's what we do know at this point. The police commissioner for Boston reporting those 2 officers were shot multiple times each when they entered a home on Gladstone, and they were fired upon by a man again identified now as Kurt Figueroa with a rifle, and he was reportedly also wearing a ballistic vest at the time. Additional police went inside after the officer's down call over the radio. The district attorney says the investigation into the use of deadly force will take time.
Now, we will do a very thorough and transparent investigation into these events to determine what happened here. As Commissioner Evans laid out the preliminary facts as we understand them. It's going to take some time because the 2 individuals that probably know most about what happened tonight are behind us at Mass General fighting for their lives.
The department right now continues asking for prayers, but says both of those officers are now out of surgery this morning. In the Breaking News Center, Brian Yocono, Eyewitness News.